All right, so here we are with issue 2 and of Carcass Crawler. So let's go straight into it and see what we got here. All right, we got some more classes and we do not have races in this issue. Okay, so just yeah, we do. Okay, they mixed them. They put them together in the index. All right, so we got a couple of races and a couple classes. I use both of them, I believe. Let me look. All right, I do not use. Actually, I don't think I use either one of them. I have the Sylvan Elf class, is what I use, and I just that's basically a wood elf. But anyway, we'll look into them. Hiring retainers, quick, and that's actually interesting. Normally, I don't use retainers if I mean like hire, like if you find people in a village and you want to hire them to come with you and use them as cannon fodder, and yeah, I don't really do that. I mean, but I would allow like one NPC to accompany them if it's a key NPC. So anyway, there's a section on hiring retainers, and another thing I like about designs too is in each of these you can just click on them and it'll take you straight to them in the PDF. Quick equipment, Snake Cult Masters, the Tomb of Ompharath, energy weapons. I can't remember what that is. Item-based encumbrance, adjudicating traps, and the OGL. So let's get straight into it. We're going to jump into the classes first. Where's he at? Okay, separate race and class optional. The Phase Elf. I do not have this fella. I don't think I wanted to use this one. I think because I had too many. No, I know what it was. It's kind of the sci-fi nature of it or something. It says like it don't fit with my campaign. Mostly World of Greyhawk. So World of Greyhawk is really a super high fantasy setting. I don't even use Spelljammer and Planescape and all that connected with it. These guys here, max level is 10. They're a D6 on hit die. They're an arcane magic class. They're relatively interesting. They can detect secret doors, dual persona. I'm not a big fan of the class, but it's interesting. I'll give them that. I don't know. Some people might like them and might want to use them. I don't know. Anyway, the next one is the Wood Elf. It's a D10. No, excuse me, D6 on hit die. Max level is level 10. And these should be, divine magic. They're like, that's the way the Sylvan Elves are too. I have a Sylvan Elf class that I use over Wood Elf. And these are divine casters. And to me personally, I would think that if it was me, I would put them on the druid spells. Let me mute that before it goes off. I would put them in, and there's a whole separate book on that covers nothing but druidic spells. I think I would probably go more and use the druid spell table for wood elves, just because. I mean, they're wood elves. Anyway, they're it's the typical wood elf: foraging and hunting, hiding, immunity to ghoul paralysis, improvision, listening at doors, and missile attack bonus. I mean, that's your typical elf, and I mean, I'm good with it. It's a solid class, and they have clerical spell casting skills up to level 10, which they really have a lot. 3, 3, 3, 3, and 2 at level 10. I think that's on par with the cleric, or it's right there close to it. Anyway, the next one is the Phase Elf, and this is the race. Oh wait. This is the class. All right, so now we got a race. All right, -1 on con, +1 to dex. They have a pile of damn languages that you can speak. Alignment, Common, Elvish, Doppelganger, Dragon, and Pixie. Okay. Available classes are Acrobat, Assassin, Fighter, and Illusionist. Knight, Magic User, Ranger, and Thief. And then all the caps, level caps. They can detect secret doors. They have the dual persona thing. I don't know. The phase elf has two independent but interconnected persona or phases, each with a different character class. When creating a phase elf character, the player must select two classes, one per phase, the fighter phase and the thief phase. Phasing. Each morning upon awakening, the character may choose to switch to their other phase. This is called phasing. Phasing is possible at most once per day. It's interesting. It doesn't fit with the world of Greyhawk, but if I ever change settings, I would probably put these guys in. I think there's a really neat class or a really neat race. I don't know if I would do the class. Maybe it depends. It depends on if I went pure race classes or a race class system. They have the immunity to ghoul parallels. I can't. Parallelicity. Anyway, infravision. There's just some words that my brain can't comprehend. Paralysis. Listening at doors. They have infravision. And that's it for the race for phase elf. The wood elf race is -1 charisma plus 1 wisdom, and they have a pile of damn languages. The alignment language: common, elvish, bugbear, dryad, and gnome. And then they can be an acrobat, assassin, druid, fighter, magic user, ranger, thief, and those are the level caps. They can detect secret doors. They are immunity to paralysis. Yeah. Infravision, listening at doors, and missile attack bonus. Shut up. Damn spam callers. Damn. All right. Town services. And I always do my inns and taverns and such on the campaign blogs for whatever setting. I have a World of Greyhawk campaign blog, and where I detail each notable business in that town, and whatever the inn or inns are, then I do a menu, individual menu for each of those. But I mean, this is just a basic. If you don't have all that on hand, you could go use this for like a little cheap roadside tavern or an inn or whatever. And then a bath in private room is 5 silver pieces. I should start adding those too. Because people playing the game never take baths. We just kind of assume it. Private dining room and stabling and fodder. So, and I always do the stables separately or with the tavern. Jewelers, and it breaks down like selling gems to jewelers and valuation optional rules, money changers. So I do both of these in my towns, and these are just like businesses in town that you can add to your campaign or your adventure. Traders and provisioners. I do all this on my I have a campaign blog, so I'll already do this myself anyway, so I don't need these. Hiring retainers. So it tells you how to locate potential retainers. And then applicants like 1d4 townsfolk or in a village, like small town be 1d6, large town, and adventurers also. So, I mean, you could pick up people, and this gives you a kind of a D scale to where you can roll and see what the particular town that you're in has. The townsfolk, it breaks each of them down with the adventurers, and then retainers a character class, and it breaks that down as well. So, I mean, I haven't really had to create a retainer on the fly, but this breaks it down for you if you need to have that. Like if oh shit, let me make one up. Well, then there it is on the book itself. Usually I have mine built in with the game, like whatever module I'm running or whatever, I'll have several that can interact with the party and possibly travel with them. And it continues to break down, payment for these guys. Like the more you pay them, the better they are. and the better they'll be more willing to roll with you. Um, and then that gives you a reaction, treasure share and XP. Like, okay, so if they're going to adventure with you, then they should get a share. You have to treat them like a party member. I mean, that's only fair. They're doing just as much and taking just as much risk as a regular character, so you want to cut them in an equal share, just like everyone else. A quick equipment guide, random starting equipment, which is already in the book, I believe. It's 3d6 times 10 for all classes, I believe. Anyway, and it's equipment by class, and it breaks it down for each character class. Um, yeah. And then the next page is where you can do random tables and roll to see what they get. Um, the next session is Snake Cult members. And this is basically a monstrous compendium in the Zion with a few monsters in it. It has the Alabaster Serpent, the Hydral, um, the Hydral Statue, Mushroom Head Mummy, Path Guardian, Puffball Mummy. I only use some of these. I'm going to have to come back to this sign. And Zombie Snake Guard. And, cause see, I was planning on running the, Tomb of the Lizard King after the Against the Cult of the Reptile God. And this fits in really good with that. If you have a snake theme / zombies, I mean, these guys would fit right into that as far as that themed style module. And the Zombie Snake Priestess. I'm going to come back to this sign. I forgot all about this section right here. And then there is an actual mini adventure in this Zion. I thought that was really cool. They inserted, this is similar to like Dragon Magazine for first edition, where every now and then they would include, until I think they did it until they started with Dungeon Magazine, but they would include like a little mini adventure. I thought that was kind of neat. So, level 3 to 5 dungeon adventure, and it's just a little mini adventure. What I like about OSC adventures, that's done by Necrotic Gnome, it's like you don't have 14 pages per room like 5th edition does describing the room. It's room 11, which is right over here in the top right corner. And there's 3 pools in there. Here we go. Shimmering pools with illusionary, shouldn't that be? Anyway, with the illusion of silvery snakes swimming 4 feet down. It's 4 feet deep. Drinking water, the water can be drank and it cures 1d6 plus 1 hit points once per day. But drinker becomes chaotic. So that's kind of interesting. It has an illusion of snakes swimming around it, but you can drink this, but it changes your alignment to chaotic. And in Old School Essentials, you have law, neutral, and chaos. So, or is it chaotic? Anyway, you have 3 alignments. You're either good, neutral, or you're evil. So yeah. Energy weapons, I'm not really going to dig into this hard, because I would never use them in mine. It's like pew pew, space guns, energy blades, melee, energy guns, missile, and it just delves deeper into it. Laser rifles, and I guess this would be for a sci-fi campaign. So you can pause this and kind of browse and scroll through it at your leisure. And but yeah, that was the pew pew section. Item-based encumbrance. It basically, the encumbrance ruling in the core books, this kind of just breaks it down even further, and breaks it down like, okay, this particular, like equipped items and such, how much would they weigh per piece, where you can calculate it. I use a common sense rule in mine for encumbrance. So I don't delve, because it slows the game down. But yeah, and it breaks it down even further. And then, like I say, mounts and vehicles where you can carry stuff. I mean, there's, you can only carry so much stuff. You have to think about it in real life terms. Could I carry all that shit? So, I don't know. Some people are real sticklers about encumbrance, though. So, I mean, this might be perfect for them, too. Adjudicating traps. The role of traps in a game. Rolling dice. I love getting creative with traps. And so this is a pretty neat little section, too. The narrative interaction. Making traps fun, clues and telegraphing, traps failing to spring. I'm not going to pronounce that. It's a college word. But non-lethal traps and savoring character death. Something that we all just love to talk about. So, whoops, I did not mean to do that. And so, yeah, that is the wrap of this one. I like the snake stuff here. I love these, and I forgot about them being in this issue. So once I get around to running that adventure, and then we move into again Tomb of the Lizard King, I'm going to incorporate some of these things in it because they're really interesting little monsters. So anyway, that is issue number 2. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you use gunpowder in your campaigns. I'm curious what the common thing is on gunpowder with other dungeon masters or / referees. Personally, I don't do it. It's just not a thing with me. But I'm curious if other people do use it. So let me know what you think of this issue. Tell me what you like best in this issue, what parts you liked in it, what parts you disliked. What did you think about the Wood Elf and the Phase Elf classes, and then the races? Do you use them? How do you use them? And what campaign setting do you use them in? So that's going to do it for this one. And tell me what you think below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.